Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to my first year. This is Wilderness Company. I've had a lot of requests on Facebook and YouTube to show you all how I make my snares or cable restraints. Uh, I'm old school, I still call them snares. We will go through a process of making a snare today for you guys so you know through the tools, through the components, and how to make them, how fast they are to make. When you go to make snares, your first setup is going to cost you basically in tools. Materials are fairly cheap and you can make a lot of snares for a little bit of money. First off, let's discuss tools. This here is a swagger. This is a machine that binds the ends to the snare. This is a machine you will need. You can order these tools and the implements to making the snares through any trapping supply store on Google. So that's easy enough to do. You need a good set of cable cutters. This cuts the cable clean and flush and won't flare it as you cut it. These are your two basic tools for snare making. The rest of them can be bought in any hardware store. You need a good set, just a regular set of pliers, a small pinging hammer. These are called hog ring pliers, and we'll get into the implements with that now. You're going to need cable. The cable that I use is a 3/32 aircraft cable, 7x7 twist stainless steel. Okay, I buy these spools at 500 feet. You can order them at 250 feet long. I cut a 5-foot cable. Okay, I pre-cut a measurement of cable at 5 foot. When I go to make snares, guys, I do 500 at a time. So this setup makes it easy for me to do. I take my measurement, measure another cable. With these cable cutters, I'm going to show you how clean it cuts this cable. That easy. You won't do that with regular pliers. There's no flare, nice clean cut on that cable, don't flare it out, all right? Guys, another thing I forgot to mention, let me get rid of this cable out of our way. This right here, this is a piece of flat steel I bought at a hardware store. And I just bent it double. This is my standard to hold my cable when I put my aluminum furrows on and soldering and waxing. And the only thing it's for is to hold. I put it in my vise to give me something to hang my cable in. You'll need a cutting torch, solder. The solder I use is 50% lead, 50% tin. You'll need flux. We'll get to that here in a minute. Now the implements. To make these snares, you've had the cables. Now you're going to need aluminum furrows. Make sure, remember the size, 3/32, okay? These are the ends that binds the cable. You need small number 10 washers. You need a 9-gauge swivel. This is a micro lock, cam lock, whatever locks that are legal in your area, or non-lock slides. Guys, always check with your state department what is legal. What I am showing you here today is legal in the state of Kentucky. It may not be legal in your state. So check your state regulations before you start making these and hanging them out. Alright guys, I've cut a 5-foot cable, very small. Now the next thing I do, and let's get to the 5-foot cable. Here's a 5-foot snare. With this, I move fast. I set a lot of snares. Rule of thumb is on trail sets, a 10-inch loop, 10 inches off the ground for coyotes. Okay? I can also hang this in my crossovers in my fences. I don't make different size snares. I move fast. I want to put in 70, 80 snares a day. So I don't want to dig through to find the right length. So I just make one length. I'll make a 5-foot snare. Alright guys, I've cut my cable. Now I take my aluminum furrow. I come over here to my swagger. I go to the second hole from the nose. I place my aluminum furrow in and just rest it. Then I feed my cable in through the aluminum ferrule. Guys, I like about a 1/4 inch sticking through, okay? And then just take it and press it down. I take a small, light pinion hammer, nothing fancy. I want to flare this in, just like that. Then I'll come over here to my standard that I made, double in, and I slide them in. Guys, when I make a lot of snares, I'll do this and I'll get 15 or so in here and do 15 at a time. Now here's where the blowtorch comes, or the cutting torch comes in. The torch. If I can get it to light. There we go. Alright, now my torch is lit. I take my flux. This can be bought in any hardware store, guys. Take just a flathead screwdriver. I get a little on the end. I come over here and I start heating that end that I just crimped down with that aluminum ferrule. I get it good and hot. You hear it sizzle and bubble? You know that flux went down into that ferrule and across that cable. It burns the oil and stuff off. Guys, coyotes here are eastern coyotes. I've caught them weighing up to 48 pounds. Average weight's probably 35 to 40. They're a powerful animal. I like just a little extra security with this solder feed down into this ferrule and into this wire. Sounds like one's talking to us now. Alright, now that I have that done, it's fed down into there. So, we'll come back. I got that end done. I take my number 10 washer. I slide it on my cable. Take my number 9 swivel. Guys, thread it with, through the bottom of the eye, just like that. What that washer does, see how easy that turns on that washer? That aluminum ferrule won't catch that number 9 swivel, and this is what you want. Alright guys, now back to my micro lock. You see this? If you'll look, there's a dog ear on the back. There it is. This is how I want to feed my snare. I want to go in behind that dog ear and feed my cable through the inside. I'll bring it down. There's the bottom hole there. And I'll feed it back through like this. Alright guys, now let me show you something. See my teardrop loop, see how my cable's hanging? And all that? Okay, hang on a minute. Let me get a aluminum ferrule. Put it back, second hole in my swagger. I feed it through 1/4 inch. I crimp it down. Flare it out. I bring it back into my standard over here, reheat my torch. Should have just left that on. Might have saved us a minute on the video. Let's get her good and hot again on this end. Hear that sizzle? Alright. Alright guys, if you get a close-up look how that solder is set into that wire through the flare that wire and then the ferrule, that coyote is not going to jerk that through there. That's hot, so I'll cool it down a little bit and put water there so I can handle it. Okay, back to what I was saying. You see how that snare is hanging. That's not going to work. That teardrop shape's not going to work. I take a pair of pliers, I keep my cable straight. I want to go straight back down towards this cable. Don't twist, you don't want it offside. You want to bend it straight down. See how I got it? Then I'll give it a little pinch. Almost a V shape. See how that's resting? And then I'll feed that right back up. And guys, there you go. That's a snare. There's your loop. Now guys, here's a very important thing. In most states, they require that you put a trap tag on every snare you have. Okay? Way I like to do my trap tags is I take a pair of needle nose pliers and I wind them up. Just like so. Okay, the game warden can still unravel them, get my trap number off, and see who this is, who the trap belongs to. This is a hog ring. We go through a lot of these in the trapping field. Earlier I was talking about the hog ring pliers. This is them. They got a groove cut in the bottom of them. I put my snare on that hog ring. Put it on my swivel, crimp her down. Alright guys, that right there is a cable restraint or a snare that is legal in the state of Kentucky. Very effective on coyote, beaver, fox, and coon. Many of these can be set out and you can be very productive. The next thing I do with these, after they're done, there's oil on these cables. My wife don't like it sometimes, but I just take the snares that I've made, I put them in my dishwasher, I run them through one cycle with soap, like Dawn, and then just one cycle with nothing but pure water. That takes the oil off these snares. Once I do that, I take and I hang them, and I buy cheap cans of spray paint, and I'll take and just hit them with the black spray paint. I like flat black primer. Then I let them air dry for 2 weeks, and I've never had an issue. You see the coyotes I catch on my Facebook page. But at the end of it, this is what you'll have, and that's what they'll look like. And that snare right there, my friends, has killed thousands of coyotes to my credit. That's it. That's the cable restraint that the Wilderness Company uses. So God bless, have a successful season, and hope many more videos will come. I ask you to like and follow our Facebook page, the Wilderness Company, Predator and Wildlife Control, and also our YouTube channel. Have a great day.